Hello, I'm Jill Marie, founder of SVH and Serenity Ministries, and I'm recording this message from Cairo, Egypt. Now, my reason for making this call to your heart is to inform you about the opportunity, one that has come about to help you to be a part of something so magical and magnificent, and it can change your life. It can enhance your ability to manifest and create the focus of your desires in a higher state of clarity. It's also a means for you to help the world and help yourself as well as the world to elevate to higher states of conscious awareness. Of course, that'll all happen in its divine timing for the world, but you have the power and the focus to create your reality now. And you can do that and enhance it by these energy streams that you can create using an SVH trigger process that works along with a stone. And we're calling this Boomerang process the Temple of the Sun Boomerang. Now, I can tell you more about the trigger processes and how they work later. But first, I would like you to know about the mechanism of the boomerang and how it can enhance your life and the life of your loved ones and the world. So to begin with, I'd really like to ask you to imagine a big map of the world and just to see yourself or imagine yourself positioned on that map wherever you are right now. And of course, your life is playing out nicely, however you're manifesting it to be and to form. And after all, we have to admit that we're the sculptors using all this clay that we have, whatever it is, our current life belief systems and the energy of everything around us, and we're using those to form the bits and the pieces of our life. And we're forming them into the experiences that we fuel into reality. Now, all of this is directly affected by the energy involved in the forming stages of those realities. So I'd like to keep this information kind of simple and basic beyond that. So let's just say, what if I was to tell you that you can elevate every aspect of your life by elevating your vibration? Now let me ask you this. What do you believe that the highest vibration might be? You think it might be the vibration of ascension? Of course, ascension is kind of a physical and energy transformation that elevates the mind, the body, the spirit to new heights that shift you from a mortal being to a being with an elevated consciousness that is no longer tied to the Earth's dimensions and physical presence. Actually, ascension is a lot of things, but let's stick with the Saint Germain, Kuan Yin, and the list of many others that ascended to the higher realms, like the 400 plus beings from the Mastery School of Akhenaton and Thoth at the Temple of the Sun in el-AMARNA, Egypt. That's where we're drawing our focus right now, is to that kind of ascension. And of course, to that specific spot, because that's what the boomerang stones are linked to. So imagine the vibration of that space of the Temple of the Sun when all those hundreds of humans, those human evolving masters reaching heightened states of nirvana that just propelled them into the next stages of life expression in the higher realms of consciousness. Imagine what that energy might feel like and how elevated that energy would be. Now, the boomerang that we have, that process, it's going to access that exact time frame when all of those 400 plus evolving human masters evolved to that higher state and ascended. And that's what I'm gushing about right now, is because it stretches a tiny filament of energy from you with your boomerang, with your stone, holding it or having it within your presence, and it stretches that little tiny bit of your auric field from wherever you are on the map of Earth right to that Temple of the Sun in el-AMARNA, Egypt, at the exact time of that mass ascension wave thousands of years ago during the 18th dynasty, during the reign of Pharaoh Akhenaton and Nefertiti, and of course little young King Tut. So when you connect with the ascension wave and the element of your SVH trigger process, and the boomerang stone draws back to you, because it's a boomerang, it goes there and it comes back to you. So it draws back to you the ascension vibration. And through the comprehensive parameters of the Boomerang formula, the Creator anchors an ascension portal at that very spot that you're at. It creates a permanent ascension energy stream in that spot. It's just not filling you up with that incredible vibration and then disappearing. It's actually creating a permanent ascension energy stream in that spot. Now that's what really excites all of us over here in Egypt right now, because obviously, if we can imagine all the places that we travel on the earth activating this boomerang trigger process, we can create ascension portals all over the world. Imagine what that would do to help shift the collective consciousness of our world. Now, the Creator is instilling that space, to create that ascension portal. And it doesn't prematurely ascend anyone, but it sure does teach and remind their physical and energy body how to ascend. I mean, you can imagine that if you have that vibration and you live within it, that your body becomes accustomed to that higher vibration. Now, the other thing it does is that it anchors that vibration into the space that you're at. So whatever you're choosing or planning in your life, you're in that ascension vibration. It automatically takes on a higher vibration. It smooths the paths to support swifter manifestations of higher ideals. It lifts up whatever you're creating to an even better desire, an even better choice that fully forms into your reality. Now, again, what that means is that you manifest quicker, with more precision, and even better results. So let's just think about what else we could do with having an ascension portal in our home. How would you like to sleep and cook and work and live in ascension vibrations that the Creator instills throughout that permanent ascension portal? And with the Temple of the Sun boomerang, you can hold your boomerang in your hand and you can think the trigger words that activate the boomerang, and the Creator activates the trigger. And again, your auric field, your energy field stretches a tiny little bit of it to that ascension wave in the Temple of the Sun at el-AMARNA, and the boomerangs then waves back to you right where you're standing and instills and activates the portal. All you got to do to make that go away is just to think, and the portal, the Creator, honors all of our choices. I don't know why anyone would want to get rid of the portal, but that's a good point, because this is non-manipulative. What is the ascension vibration? It's pure love. Pure love is non-manipulative. So that means that anybody could walk into your ascension portal wherever you put it, whether it's you're activating your boomerang at your children or grandchildren's school, your favorite restaurant, every hotel you ever stay at, every airplane you fly in, every coffee shop, every mall, your car, anything while you're traveling, and you just think about activating your boomerang, it activates that portal. So what's that like to have someone walk through that portal for a second? Well, they're going to feel that same vibration. So the people that live in your house, that stay with you, the individuals that come into that mall after you've put that permanent portal into that space, they get to feel that same energy. They get to feel that elevated vibration. If they don't want to, they don't have to. But anything we instill with unconditional love is non-manipulative. So if they like it, great. They're going to be attracted back even more to that. If they don't like it, they'll either move out of the way of it or they'll just block it on their own. But I'm thinking that because everything is sentient, that means everything has the spirit and the essence of the Creator in it. Every part of everything will recognize that incredible vibration of unconditional love that is the center point, the highest vibration within that ascension portal. So imagine being on a bridge or at the edge of a riverbank. In fact, you can stretch your auric field out and just plop an ascension portal right in the middle of a river. And that's what we've been doing over here in Egypt. We've been activating ascension portals from the span of the Nile, from Aswan to a region about 140 kilometers beyond Luxor. We also instilled ascension portals throughout Lake Nasser and all the areas that we were in. And any water that flows through an ascension portal in any body of water carries the heightened vibration of the ascension portal onward. It lights up everything in its path. So we could use a few ascension portals at Fukushima right now, couldn't we? And anywhere in the world where you believe it would benefit from the elevated vibrations of that ascension wave, that incredible vibration of unconditional love that would just be continually instilled by the Creator. Now, I have my boomerang in my purse, so every time I think about it, I just think the trigger words, and it activates my boomerang. Yesterday we were at the old bazaar here in Cairo, and we all activated our boomerang stones everywhere we went throughout that space, and it was incredible to do that. I will tell you that from the time we left Cairo on the 4th of October until we returned on the 15th of October to this spot where we're at right now, it's a completely different energy anyway. We've been all over Egypt, and so many hundreds of thousands of you have been holding the space for peace with us and praying for peace and holding the vision of unconditional love and all of the different, bullet points that we've been sending along. And I can tell you that everywhere that we've been throughout our journey, we've felt the shift in energy, but Cairo, the biggest of all. I have to tell you that this boomerang and prayer and focus of higher energy, which the boomerang actually does help support elevated vibration. So imagine what a miracle this boomerang is right now, what a miracle opportunity it is that's presented to each of us right now. We can pray all day. We can hold the vibration. We can hold a vision for peace and prosperity for all, and we can continue to do that, but why not leave a trail of ascension portals everywhere we go? It's an opportunity for us to further fuel and meet a destiny that our heart really longs for, and it's also a chance for us to help all of humanity. So getting one of these boomerang stones, it's really a win-win. So to those of us of like mind working to support the collective evolution of all sentient beings on this world, this opportunity to have one of these boomerang stones is better than a chest of gold. So please, please consider gifting yourself and others with this boomerang. It's a means for you and the Creator to use to help you break old habits and addictions and shift your life to one that really, truly meets your heightened standards. And it'll help to shift the energy of our world and all of us, helping us to meet a destiny of peace. Now, I want to tell you more about this project and to reiterate a lot more about the boomerang. But if you're already sold and you just want to order right now, please go to www.worldteammission.com. I will prepare a recording on how to use your boomerang stone and send updates on the suggestions that others give us from what they're doing with their boomerangs later. But right now, if you're ready to order, just go ahead and do that. And if you'd like to hear more about the boomerang, and let me reiterate a little bit more about how this tool can help you in the world, then keep listening on. So here's some of the bullet points I used earlier. For you, number one, each time that you implement a Temple of the Sun boomerang, it teaches your physical body how to ascend. It reminds you how to ascend. And as ascension codes instill each of your ethereal chakra receptor sites, it elevates your vibration. So how about something that would help you and the world? Well, each time one of these boomerangs activates, it links to the upper and the lower flower of life grid. Now, the flower of life is something that is an element of everything that exists. It's 5 platonic solids in a configuration of what's called the flower of life. You can Google that if you're not clear on what that is. It's the flower of life. And basically it anchors a permanent ascension portal at that geographic point where you're at when you activate the portal. It doesn't follow you around. It's in that spot. And then it radiates a perpetual energy stream of ascension vibrations into the region that you're at to activate any time the higher consciousness and soul of anyone passing through that area is kind of drawn into the radiance of the stream. So again, anyone consciously opposing or not wanting to be involved with those higher vibrations of the Creator's infusion of ascension codes, they'll just be untouched. They'll just walk through like, they had an umbrella and it was raining. Now, big time positive for you is that activating the Boomerang's field of ascension codes whenever you're in creation mode of any projects, endeavors of any kind. It elevates potentials for success. So your project immediately takes on the elevated vibrations of the pristine energy flow, and it elevates the potential scenarios of what it is you're wanting to create to the highest ideal. This allows the forming energies and creation forming energies to direct your focus to the best of the best of the best possible ideal scenario. So even if you're in the perpetual energy stream of ascension vibrations all the time because you're sleeping in it, living in it, you're eating your food in it, you're cooking your food in it, you're working in it, activating the Boomerang at the onset of a thought-out project or desired manifestation, it hyperzooms the ideal creation energy elements into forming. Just being in that stream does that as well. But I'm kind of a double doer. So, I'm going to be thinking of a project for something and I'm going to activate my Boomerang stone because that's just who I am. But actually, I would be receiving those incredible attributes anyway. So here's another attribute of having the Boomerang stone. Each time your Temple of the Sun Boomerang activates, you also receive a transformational clearing. With SVH trigger process comes this huge clearing that the Creator implements to release blocks that are in that moment limiting you or blocking you from living your sacred path and purpose, ascending in your divine timing, elevating every parameter of your current projects, and of course the desires of your heart. So that's a big one. Now, an automated feature of this Boomerang also activates the stone wherever you and your Boomerang stone goes. So anytime your energy field connects in timelessness with aspects of your soul lineage, somebody, they call them past lives, that have stood in that same spot where you're at, well, your Boomerang stone automatically activates. So in the timeless merging of your energy field with theirs, you're transmitting the Boomerang ascension codes to each of those individuals too, by way of the customary blending of soul essence that naturally occurs via that connection. That's not anything that happens because of the Boomerang. You're all automatically blending a soul essence when you step into the footprints of an aspect of your soul lineage. This will make sure that only the highest elements, highest principles of divine truth can pass through as well, which is really good. So another nice feature of this Boomerang is that you can manually employ this Boomerang to activate in your home, in your office, other places you frequent, to initiate an ascension portal radiating pristine, elevated vibrations throughout those spaces. So think about nursing homes, schools, hospitals, churches, and anywhere that you believe the Creator's ascension vibrations will benefit. Now that vibration, again, will only affect those desiring it. But who wouldn't like to be instilled with the vibrations of ascension and the Creator's unconditional love? I just can't think of a single person. So, now, another point is there's the Earth's upper and lower flower of life grids, and there's like 94 transformational procedures and steps of this SVH Temple of the Sun Boomerang trigger process. Archangels Metatron and Michael, so Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron, are going to maintain the steady flow of the ascension codes that the Creator activates within the range of the regions that your Boomerang stones engage. So, imagine for a minute what it'll be like to have a Boomerang stone from the Temple of the Sun at el-AMARNA in Egypt, the site of the mass ascensions at the Mastery School of Akhenaton, taught by Thoth. Anywhere you go, Your Boomerang stone activates an ascension portal and a permanent field of elevated vibrations. And as your higher consciousness and soul identifies footprints of aspects of your soul lineage that were in that spot within the full range of every timeline of Earth, imagine the benefit to each aspect of your lineage as they receive the transference of ascension codes through the merging of soul essence that naturally occurs via the energy footprint blending. It's so exciting. And now again, ponder how hospitals, jails, schools would benefit from a stream of this elevated vibration from the Creator's ascension codes. Think about how your house would feel, your office, your local grocery store. And remember that each time you activate your Temple of the Sun Boomerang, a tiny thread of your aura stretches to the Temple of the Sun in el-AMARNA back in 1300 BC to connect with the footprints of aspects of your soul lineage in the moments of their ascension. Your soul essence and theirs merge in timelessness, in the highest principles of divine truth associated with those lives and yours as they share the data, so that it's as if you are in your moments of ascension as well as them in that time. This, of course, is how it teaches your physical and energy body and reminds it how to ascend. And the clearing, of course, helps you to release oppositions to the potentials for you to ascend whenever you want in your divine timing. So when as many people as possible are carrying activated Boomerang stones, the map of the world, well, it's just going to look like a sea of ascension portals. And you could be a part of this wonder. The win-win in this project is that you're preparing yourself and the world for the fulfillment of a destiny of collective elevations that supports peace, prosperity, personal empowerment, and the ultimate destination of ascension. And it's going to happen when it does. Ascension just happens. But amazing as it is to hold a piece of the past in your hand and know it is a light, it's lighting the way of the future of all mankind, it's also a means to manifest quickly. So it's always a win-win. So I'm going to ask that you please ponder and then choose, if you will, to support this project. Again, to order your Temple of the Sun Boomerang clearing, please go to worldteammission.com and make your donation for the stone. It'll be calibrated specifically for you. And if you want, we can also calibrate your stone for your partner and for your children. And then it'll be mailed to you straight away. There are only as many stones as we have from this journey, so please, if you want to get one, get yours now. And I want to thank you in advance for supporting this project and through it, the world. Namaste.